All right, welcome. It's time for us to talk sport on Global Television, and we'll be giving you all the big stories making the rounds in the exciting world of sport. We'll be beginning from the MPFL. We'll be looking at pre-seasons of some Nigerian top club sides, and on today's edition we'll be talking to the players of Niger Tornadoes. Hopefully the next 15 minutes we'll be looking at the preparations for the new MPFL season, what they've got in stock, and we did know that 7 new players were moved into the team. We'll also be taking to Europe. We'll be looking at transfer business, how it's going, and Manchester United did lose the Community Shield over the weekend against the blue side of Manchester, talking about Man City. Then we'll also be taking a look at some other big stories in tennis. All right, let's begin from the home front, where MPFL side Niger Tornadoes has announced the signing of 7 new players ahead of the 2024-2025 football season. Niger Tornadoes finished 14th in the league last season and have begun preparations for the next season. The Ikom Allah boys have set time for resumption of the preseason, and they've already started the preseason. The club has confirmed the recruitment of 7 players, including Mohamed Sebiu Ibrahim from Malina Taki Care, Uzochukwu Eziobi from Doma United, and Adama Samuel Kizito from Sokoto United. Other new signings are Victor Awoji from Gombe United, Ifeanyi Okechukwu from Sokoto United, Oshomo Olalekan Tosin from Akwa United, and Amau Mumuni from Heartland of Owerri. The Nigerian Professional Football League is scheduled to resume August 31st, 2024. So we'll be talking to hopefully the captain of the team in the person of Ifeanyi Okoye and the goalkeeper Yusuf Mohammed Balas in the next 15 minutes to get a take as regards their preparations for the new season. All right, during the course of the weekend, we did talk to some Nigerian grassroots footballers and football lovers as regards what they thought was Spain's dominance in world football. Just a year ago, the female national team of Spain did win the Female World European Championship, and fast forward this year, it's Spain also did winning the Euro 2024 Championship in Germany. And the gold medal football event, it was Spain also winning again against France. So we're looking at what's making Spain think, what are they doing right that is making them dominate world football. So we spoke to some Nigerians during the course of the weekend who were playing football to gauge their take as regards what they thought was the magic behind Spain's success in world football. So let's take a look at it.
or systemic for them. There's a planned approach from the grassroots.
I think their dominance in football now is due to their involvement of young talents, you understand. Even if you check the women's side, you understand. There are more involvement of more young players, you understand, that are able to to harness the game into another level. So I think that's a major thing that has helped Spain right now.
What makes Spain special is that they have an amount of youth players coming up with them. They've invested a lot in their youth academies, not just at club level, at grassroots level as well.
All right, we did also talk to them as regards Nigeria's missing in action when it had to do with the Olympics, Nigeria not qualifying for the Olympics, and also talking about the preseason, how set do they think the Nigerian MPFL is going to be the 2024-2025 season. Let's also hear what Nigerians had to say.
We all feel very terrible. We need to go to the grassroots. We're talking about Spain. We need to look inwards and build better. There's something going on at the NFF. The hiring is poor. We really need to fix up our football.
We Nigerians, we don't want to pick who can do the work. We want to pick who we know, and that's what's spoiling our game. That's what's spoiling football going forward for us. If we can change that mentality, that mindset, pick the younger ones, pick the people that can do the work, pick people that can actually deliver, I think we'll be one of the best African, world nation that's playing football. So I think we can do better.
There's a lot of politics behind everything. There's a lot of corruption between either sports sector in the Ministry of Sports and all of that. So that has in turn affected the players. They've not gotten enough funds for improving training equipment, for improving stadium capacity, because teams are naturally better suited when they're at home than when they're away.
All right, while they were playing, we did also ask them as regards the English Premier League, what their expectations were as regards the new coming season. Already just yesterday, over the weekend, we saw Manchester United lose to Man City in the Community Shield. So let's hear what the expectations are for the new season.
Let's not focus too much on Man United. We must give credit to what Man City has been able to do over the past few years. Clubs like Liverpool, they have a new coach who's coming. Looks exciting over there. So it promises to be a very, 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 very interesting season. And you can't ignore Arsenal, who have 2 seasons back-to-back been runners-up on the APL. They might just be able to push it through.
I think that's a mentality we need as Arsenal supporters and football lovers in general. Because if you check that's a different mentality set up right there. You understand? The involvement of those pickpocketers to come into the dinner to pick their pockets. You understand? That's when they are at their most relaxed. You understand? So it's just like emphasis on the season as it's going on. Even when you are at a good position, you understand, there's no need to relax, there's no need to relent until you get the trophy, you understand. So you have to press, push on. Me, I'm happy for the EPL that's coming back this weekend. I'm very, very happy. I'm excited. I'm an Arsenal fan. I hope we win.
In the Premier League, I think it should be between Man City and Liverpool this time. Although Arsenal, I don't doubt their chances to be a nice candidate for the league.
All right, away from football, we also did get some clip about some players trying their hands on basketball, and also did get their take as regards what they thought was the performance of the Tigress at the Olympics, and if hopefully in the future the Tigress will be able to do better. Let's take a clip as regards basketball.
First of all, I would say they did a very good job. I would say kudos to the coach, even though they didn't really get much of financial support from the Nigerian Basketball Federation. They actually did very well. They beat everybody's expectation, and the performance, the team bonding, the teamwork, and the skill and everything, they did very well. I think it's a kudos for us because we've never gotten to that stage ever in Olympic when it comes to female basketball. I believe they will do better in the next Olympic. The need for local players, I don't think it should be more of, should I say, 60-40% no, because our Nigerian local league, it's not that strong. And then, you know, I think we need more of our foreign players that will come and match up, even though it will take them time to blend. The local players, they should be encouraging them, like maybe 2, 3, or 4 of the players should be local players, not the entire team should be foreign players. I think they should encourage local players as well. The way forward is, you know, out of every clashes, it ends on a round table. They should just come and sit down and negotiate it and talk it out, because it's really affecting the league. Because ever since they've been having these clashes, the league is not live. It's been sleeping for a while now, and it's affecting everything. So I think they should just come to a round table and then sort everything out, and then let's move on.
It hasn't been easy for us, but still, we played everything we had. But the thing is that it's just the height advantage, and so they have been playing basketball, because this in Nigeria here, we used to start basketball more like late when we are older, and so. But yeah, when you are growing up, anything you can see basketball, their toy, their room, they will just start playing basketball and so. But still, it's a great performance throughout the Olympics. For me, the coaches and so around Abuja, most of them, they aren't coming out clean, and so they aren't just coming out clean.
Back from that interview, Nigerians are speaking on how well they thought the Tigress have done and the expectations for the basketball family. So let's give you some other big stories while we're getting ready to hopefully join the Niger Tornadoes player, the goalkeeper in the person of Yusuf Mohammed Bala, and the captain of the team, Ifeanyi Okoye, who will be talking to us via Zoom as regards the preseason preparations for Niger Tornadoes for the 2024-2025 season. All right, let's give you the story concerning the Minister of Sport, where Minister of Sport Development John Eno has said the country's apex body has swung into a review process of Nigeria's sport performance at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games as the country looks forward to the Paralympics, which begins August 28 in Paris as well. At the 33rd Olympic Games held between July 26 and August 11 in France, Nigeria failed to win a medal despite a strong representation of 88 athletes in 12 sports, matching the country's worst outing in Helsinki in 1952, Melbourne in 1965, and Rome in 1960, and Mexico 1968, Moscow 1980, and Seoul 1988, and London in 2012, where we failed to win a medal. Enoch, who had earlier commented on Team Nigeria's sport performance at the multi-sport event, took to X to further admit that the outing could have been better. The minister, who was appointed about a year ago, also said that the ministry had few months to prepare for the Olympics and other major competitions, while sports federations were focused on qualifying than preparing for the Olympics. All right, that's the minister making some excuses of why Nigeria could not win a medal at the just concluded Olympic Games. All right, let's move on to other big stories. Talking about basketball, let's talk about one woman. She is considered the best coach. Despite Team Nigeria's poor outing at the Paris 2024 Olympics, where the country failed to win a single medal, there was a cause to smile as the head coach of the country's senior women's basketball team, Reina Wakama, was named the best coach of the Women's Olympic Basketball Tournament. Yes, that's the big story there, that Reina Wakama was named the best coach of the Women's Olympic Basketball Tournament. Parading 88 athletes in 12 sports, Nigeria's 19th appearance at the Olympic Games ended in fiasco as the team failed to win a medal at the Paris 2024 Olympics, which came to an end on Sunday after 16 days of intense jostling for medals. It was the 8th time that the country had failed to pick up a single medal at the Games since their first outing. The 1952 Olympics in Helsinki in Finland. Other barren draws include Melbourne in 1956, Rome in 1960, Mexico in 1968, Moscow in 1980, Seoul in 1988, and London 2012 and Paris 2024. Very sad commentary. However, the country's only shining light at the Paris was Wakama's the Tigress, which dazzled one of the youngest coaches in the Olympics history. Wakama delivered a new high tide mark for Nigeria and African basketball. The Tigress outing in Paris was the most impactful performance by an African team in history at the Olympic basketball tournament, with the 32-year-old coach one of the main drivers of Nigeria's unprecedented success. Despite being tagged the underdogs, Nigeria were sensational at the tournament, attaining historical and unprecedented success and winning the hearts of basketball fans following their victories over Australia and Canada. She made everyone sit up and take notice by beating Opals in the opening day. That was the first time they had won a group phase game in 20 years. So that's the coach, the best coach in basketball at the Olympics, Reina Wakama, Nigerian coach. Congratulations to the 32-year, happens to be the youngest coach at the Olympics. All right, let's quickly take you to Delta, where Delta State emerged champions of the first Edo Invitational Swimming Championship, concluded at the Samuel Gbamudia Stadium in Benin City on Saturday, bagging 12 gold, 8 silver, and 7 bronze medals. YY Swimming Club finished second with 7 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze medals, while host Edo came in third with 4 gold medals, 9 silver medals, and 6 bronze medals. Jimmy Oshinowo Swimming Club, Bayelsa, Ogun, Oyo Rivers, and Aqua Swimming Club and Kano State finished 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, respectively. In some of the events decided, Okadokas of YY Swimming Club of Lagos won the 200 meters individual medley women in the time of 2.45.94 seconds, while Perebowe of Edo clocked 2 hours and 53 minutes 73 seconds to place second, while Gift Obodo of Bayelsa finished third in a time of 3 hours 15 minutes 63 seconds. In the men's category, Shedrack Simon of YY Swimming Club of Lagos won the time of 2 hours 30 minutes 48 seconds, while Dino Ebarakumo of River State came second in a time of 2 hours 32 minutes 31 seconds. And the Focados Kingsley of Edo came third in a time of 2 hours 34 minutes 35 seconds. In the boys 50 meters freestyle developmental category, Aidana Dumeje of Delta State came first in a time of 26.23 seconds, while Tisa Precious of Edo came second in a time of 27.06 seconds, and Olise Endurance of Delta came third in a time of 27.76 seconds. In the 50 meters breaststroke women, Dorcas Oka of YY Swimming Academy won after finishing in the time of 34.60 seconds, while Perebo Ray of Edo came in second in a time of 37.24 seconds. Adeju Favor of Aqua Sport finished third in a time of 38.78 seconds. All right, that's swimming there. Let's move on to the next game of cricket, where Nigeria's men's under-19 cricket team, the Junior Yellow and Greens, are back in Division 1 of the African qualifiers for the 2026 ICC Under-19 World Cup, which will be played in Zimbabwe and Namibia. Nigeria defeated Rwanda by 7 wickets in the third-place match of the Division 2 qualifiers on Sunday in Tanzania. The Rwandans batted first during the encounter, but they were only able to put 45 runs on board for all outs in 23.4 overs, as Nigeria's bowling charge was led by captain Gaffer Karim, who bowled 5.4 overs, conceded just 8 runs and got 4 wickets. Karim and his teammate hardly broke a sweat in the second innings, raising to their target of 46 runs for the loss of 3 wickets in 12.3 overs. The Yellow and Greens, Nigeria's team, doing great things when it has to do with cricket. Nigeria qualifying to the next phase in terms of cricket, and that's congratulations to the Yellow and Greens of Nigeria, the young Nigerian team, making efforts there to qualify for the next stage, getting promoted for World Cup. All right, let's move on to other stories making the rounds. Still talking Olympics. Yes, a man arrested for climbing the Eiffel Tower is the big story. A man was arrested for climbing the Eiffel Tower on Sunday, hours before the Olympics closing ceremony. Paris police told the BBC the man was spotted climbing the tower at around 14:45 local time, and officers immediately intervened and arrested the man. Police said no more details were immediately available on the man's motivation and nationality. Videos on social media shows a shirtless man scaling the tower just above the Olympic rings and have done it during the Summer Games. The Associated Press reported that French police evacuated the area around the Eiffel Tower during the incident, while CNN also reported that the tower was evacuated, citing police. The BBC has not been able to independently verify any evacuations or whether they were still in place. The Eiffel Tower was the centerpiece of the grand finale of the Olympics opening ceremony, but was not expected to feature in the closing ceremony later. All right, let's move on to other big stories there, from the man climbing Eiffel Tower to Nigeria's born striker in the person of Kelechi Iheanacho. He is in the news this morning as Super Eagles striker Kelechi Iheanacho made his first appearance for Sevilla jersey as the Spanish side played against Liverpool at Anfield. The 27-year-old joined Sevilla on a free deal after his contract with Leicester expired, bringing his 7-year stint at the King Power Stadium to an end. The Nigerian forward was thrust into Sevilla's first 11 to face Liverpool at Anfield, but the English side were 3 goals up at the end of the first half, courtesy of Diego Jota's goal and double from Luis Diaz. Iheanacho was replaced at halftime, while another Nigerian came on at the start of the second half in the person of Chidera Ejuke. The former Royal Antwerp winger sparked some life into Sevilla's attack, dribbling past Trent Alexander-Arnold before playing a short pass to Gerard Fernandez, who then bent the ball into the far corner to pull one back for Sevilla. 17-year-old English youngster Trey Yoni came off the bench to score Liverpool's fourth of the game with a brilliant half volley. Sevilla kick off their La Liga season on Friday as they travel to Granada for their opener. All right, let's go for a very quick break. When we return from the break, hopefully we'll be talking with the coach, the captain of Niger Tornadoes, as they prepare for the preseason, and also their goalkeeper, Yusuf Mohamed Bala, who will be talking to us via Zoom after this break.
It's time for sports' biggest moments on global television. The headlines, scores, breaking news, and commentaries on sporty events. Talking with the biggest players, strikers, and about the slam dunks and goals, stunning saves, near misses, and upsets. Let's talk about the greatest home runs, comebacks, knockdowns, and victories. Talk Sports with the King of Sports, Anthony Momodu. Weekdays, 10 a.m. Don't miss out.
Oh, that goal! Beautiful work from the wingers!
All right, welcome back from the break. You're still talking sport on Global Television. I told you we'll be talking to two players of Niger Tornadoes as a guest set for the 2024-2025 pre-season. Let's look at how prepared they are. We know that last season they finished 14th, and in the course of preparing for this new season, we were told that they have employed or brought in 7 new players to boost their squad ahead of the new season. So we'll be talking to them to get to see how prepared they are and what we should be expecting from the club from the Power State, talking about Niger Tornadoes. Good morning, Yusuf. Nice to have you join us on Talk Sports. Good morning, Yusuf. Yusuf, can you hear me? Good morning, Yusuf. Can you hear me? Okay, I think let's go for a quick break. Let's go for a quick break. When we return, hopefully we'll sort it out and we'll be able to talk to Yusuf Bala. All right, welcome back from the break. You're still watching Talk Sports on Global Television, and we've got the goalkeeper of one of Nigeria's Premier League club sides in the club, Niger Tornadoes, in the person of Yusuf Muhammad Bala, who is joining us via Zoom. Yusuf, thank you for joining us on Talk Sports.
Yeah, good morning, bro. I really appreciate inviting me over here.
All right, let's look at first of all, last season you finished 14th, and we were told you brought in 7 new players to ensure that this season you do better. Can you tell us how prepared the team is for the new season and the quality of the players Niger Tornadoes brought in for this new season?
Yeah, so far so good. We have invited some tested hands, and I can say we are in Abuja here. We're having a preseason. We're trying to play some matches to see how the new players can fit into the old players and get along with the the physiology, the pattern of the coach and the way he wanted us to play. So I feel they are good ones and they will contribute to the team. So far, so good.
Okay, can you tell us which areas the players, do we have players in the defense, the midfield, the attack, or the goalkeeping department where you're one
yeah,
of the
in all the parts we have new players, both the department of the goalkeeper, the midfielder, the attack, and the defender. Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the preseason you've come for in Abuja here. How important is this preseason to shape Niger Tornadoes, one of Nigeria's traditional teams? How important is this preseason?
Yeah, it's very important because, as you can see, every team has the way they play and the pattern of the coach. So the coach wants to see how the new players can play to his pattern and to play to his way. Because, if you join a team and they have their way of playing, you have to learn the way the coach wants you to play, and you have to adapt to the style of the club. So far, so good. They are trying their best to meet up to what the coach wants. And based on the matches we have played in the preseason, I feel it's a very, very good development for the team.
Okay, so what's the target for Niger Tornadoes for this season? Is it to qualify for the continent? Is it to win the Premier League title, then qualify for the continent? What's the target?
Seriously, our target for this season is just to finish from 1 to 5th. And we're doing our best to see ourselves in that position, from 1st to 5th position.
Okay, let's look at, do you have any injury worries? Because injury is one thing that can kill a team, no matter how good your preseason is. If you have injury worries like Manchester United is having already, your season might be in trouble.
Yeah, we have one player, I think last season, our last game. But so far so good. He's trying his best to recover gradually, but that's just the only injury we have so far.
Okay. Let's also look at the teams you'll be, playing this season. Are there teams you're very wary about? You're worried about that you're likely to meet this season that you would want to do your best to beat them?
To me, I didn't see anything new in the team because we are all footballers, and like I said, it's the team you have played before, and though every team and every club have to reshape their team, bring in new players to see they do their best this season. Likewise, also I see no team that will be like a problem to us because we are trying to do our best, and we inject new players so that the team will perform very well too.
Okay, in terms of your team now, you've talked about the need to understand the coach's pattern and for the new players to blend. From what you've seen so far in your training sessions, where do you think the strength of Niger Tornadoes lies now? Is it the attack, the midfield, or the defense line?
Yeah, sometimes based on my own thinking and based on my own way I'm saying the things, I say we don't have any particular position that we like that these are strong. In all the departments, we have the capable players to deliver and to do what we are expecting of us to do.
All right, let's look at just a few months ago, Coach Finidi George was sacked as the national team coach. There was this call for more players to be invited to the national team. Are you confident that we saw some players from Remo invited to the national team? Are you confident? How does it inspire local players to want to give their best so that they get call-ups to the Super Eagles?
Every player is every player's dream to be called up for national duty or national call-up, because I've once been there as a goalkeeper for the Under-23 Olympic 2016 and the Nation Cup for Under-23 at Senegal that won the gold medal. So it's every player's dream to be there. So I feel the players are doing their best, and so far so good, everything is time. And when you work hard and wait for your time, I believe everybody has an opportunity to be there.
Okay, let's look at this new season. The MPFL has said the winner is going to go home with 200 million naira. That's a very big amount, unlike the 100 given before now. How would this inspire club side to give in their best? We saw a very interesting season last season where we had a lot of away wins and goalkeepers. We saw the best goalkeeper from Bender Insurance. How big is this season for you Nigerian players in this league? And you also as a goalkeeper, what's your dream?
Yeah, it's a very good one because it's just like a player playing for a club and earning like 400 or 500. And he has an increment of like 800 or 700. Definitely, it's a very big one because to boost his morale and make him to do well and perform very well. And as a goalkeeper part, as I said earlier, it's every goalkeeper's dream or every player's dream to do well and become top in all not or top in all call up in the league or in the national team. So I feel we on our part, we are doing our best and leaving the rest to God. And if you are opportune to be there, there's one saying that say you have to just do your best and leave the rest to God. I feel everything will be fine. And it's like what I've done before. I've been there before for being part of one of the best goalkeeper in Nigeria League before. So I feel it's not a new thing, but we're still trying to work hard more to still see we still keep that dream and be called up as like a best goalkeeper. And we also working hard because it's every player's dream to see himself playing abroad or being invited to other clubs outside to play. So I think we are doing our best for that.
All right, let's before we let you go now, I don't know if your captain Ifeanyi Okoye is there. We would have loved to also have him talk to us.
Sorry, I didn't tell you earlier.
Is Ifeanyi Okoye there? Is your captain there?
No, it's not there. It's not there.
Okay, all right. Before we let you go, let's just ask you this one more question in terms of how players cope with the movement, the transportation. We had a lot of issues where club sides get accidents and all that. Do you think enough has been done to protect players and club sides, their coaches and administrators in terms of when they travel?
Yeah, you see, that one is like the board and the MPFL committee and so far and the government in terms of the welfare and the movement of the players. Based on our own side, because I can't say for other clubs, right?
True.
They are trying to do their best to make sure everything is in order to reduce the risks and to make sure the welfare of the players and the movement of the players are in a secured limits. Yeah.
Okay. Finally, let's look at Victor Osimhen and some Nigerian players. Kelechi Iheanacho joins Sevilla. Victor Osimhen, we don't know where he's going to go. You, as a player, where would you like to see Victor Osimhen?
Yeah, he's a good striker and a very good fan of him. And for me, I would just say let me see him in Real Madrid because it's every player's dream to play for Madrid. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. That's Yusuf Mohammed Bala, the goalkeeper for Niger Tornadoes as they get set for the new season. We want to wish you and the rest of your team the very best. Thank you very much for talking to us today on Talk Sports.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, that's the number one goalkeeper for Niger Tornadoes in the person of Yusuf Mohammed Bala joining us right here in the Federal Capital Territory as they prepare for the new season. We'll go for a very quick break. When we return from break, we'll be talking to another sport analyst who will be helping us do analysis of some of the big stories and what went down over the course of the weekend. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. We're still talking sports, and it's now time for us to talk to one of our guests to get his take as regards how well he thinks Nigeria did at the Olympics. Very sad commentary that we came back without even a bronze medal to our name. We've been joined by Etimbok Obohoshor, who is fortunately, today is his birthday, so we'll be wishing him the very best of all things he wishes himself. Etimbok, good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. Etimbok, are you there?
All right, good morning, everyone.
Etimbok, okay, thank you for joining us on Talk Sports this morning. I want to say, first of all, happy birthday, and wishing you the very best of everything you wish yourself and your beautiful family.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Tony. Thank you, everyone.
All right, it looks like Team Nigeria was desperate to ensure that they made their birthday not very happy by not winning any medal at the Olympics. The minister has given excuses why Nigeria couldn't win any medal. That's poor preparations, and that the federations were more busy qualifying for the Olympics rather than getting ready for the Olympics. Do you agree with the sports minister?
Well, I think they weren't prepared, actually. Honestly, they weren't prepared, because I see no reason why we go with 8-man team and then come back with no medal, not even a bronze. That was a clear evidence of not being prepared for it.
All right. I think the only positive we have so far, we know that Rena Wakama, the head coach of the Nigerian female basketball team, was adjudged the best coach of the tournament for basketball. How pleasing is that achievement?
Well, that's quite very, she deserved it. It's something she was. She did a great job. I mean, fantastic job. So she deserved it. And I thank the Olympic Committee and, of course, FIBA for, being very fair in that judgment. Well, it's a way of complementing our efforts, but that's to the female team and to the basketball team, the Tigers. But when it comes to Nigerian team, we are still not. I don't think that alone will ameliorate the pains and, of course, the how do I put it, the impression, other team members and, of course, the officials of the Nigerian team that went to Olympics Paris 2024, will put to the face of the people, especially the Nigerian citizens.
Do you think somebody needs to lose their job, or somebody should be queried, or do you think there should be a very, very independent, if possible, forensic, investigation into Nigeria's sport performance, and should the minister lead the way?
No, well, yeah, there's one thing I always say, that it's possible for sports to be used. We can use sport to bring in peace. Sport is a tool you can, use to sustain peace in the world, especially when it comes to the context of Nigerian economy. But it's wrong for you to politicize sports, because sport has its principle. Now we have a minister of, sorry to say this, we have a minister of sports that is a barrister. I mean, a lawmaker by profession. And I don't know what that has to do with sport development. I believe that if we want sport to grow, we have to put away politics in sport. I mean, if you can appoint someone to occupy an office, it shouldn't be a sensitive office like that of sports development, because this needs expertise. This needs people that have gathered so much experience that will be able to develop and, of course, sustain sports industry. It has nothing to do with politics. So when politics comes into sport, actually it's tarnish the image and also goes a long way to mar the visions and, of course, the purpose of sport. Sport is not something you come in and go. It's something sustainable, something you keep watching, it's something you keep developing, it's something you keep scouting. So, I mean, when sport industry is being politicized, this is actually the result. Because I can understand why a lawmaker is appointed as a sport minister. For God's sake, we would have prepared 4 years back. As I'm talking to you, there are countries, there are nations that are on their preparation for the next Olympics come 2028. But here we are in Nigeria. Probably we'll still be sympathizing ourselves over coming back with no medal. So I think it's very important. Some people that are occupying political office that don't have content of leadership of that office to be relieved, and bring in expertise, those that knows what to do, especially when it comes to this industry. Because it's a big shame to me, from the sport ministers to some of the coaches that went there. I mean, except the basketball and some other this thing. I mean, they need to flush them out.
All right, well said. Let's wrap it up. The Community Shield, Man City did win, and talking about transfer market, Kelechi Iheanacho finally plays for Sevilla, and they lose 4-1 to Liverpool. Osimhen still yet to get a club. Joao Felix is in talks. Madrid, Chelsea in talks for Joao Felix to return to Stamford Bridge. Quickly, in 2 minutes, let's get your analysis.
Well, actually, I really don't have much to say. I'm still recuperating from the Olympics, but all the same, that loss from Man City wasn't that too fair. I mean, Man U wasn't that too fair. It was a big loss for them. I don't know. I don't expect them to keep giving complaints of injury and not having enough efficient players in their team this time. This season is not for complaints, it's for results. but I don't know why the president is going this way with them. I just hope they'll get better. I mean,
all right. Thank you very much, Etibok. This is where we're going to call it a wrap for the want of time. I want to say thank you very much for joining me on the TalkSport this morning, and happy birthday once again. And hopefully we'll be seeing you tomorrow or in the course of the week to come talk sports.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Anthony. Thank you.
All right, birthday boy, that's all. All right, let's call it a wrap on today's edition of the program Talk Sport. We have lots of other stories to give to you, but for the want of time, we'll be skipping it. Hopefully, in the course of the news items, you'll be getting all the big stories making the rounds in the exciting world of sports. My name is Anthony Momodu, the King of Sports, and thank you for being part of today's edition. Good morning.